All right, so hopefully you took a moment to try and figure this out and you didn't get too frustrated. So to find the number of possible positives, we've got a positive to a negative is a sign change. Negative to negative is not. Negative to positive is a sign change, and positive to positive is not. So we could say for positives, we ended up with 2 yeses, or of those 2, I can hand over an A plus BI and an A minus BI to the imaginaries, meaning subtract by 2, and I could have either 2 positives or I could have no positives at all. Then if I check for negatives, I've got to substitute negative x. So we said the quick way to do that was to just change the sign of all the odd exponents. So that means that we now have still positive 2x to the 4th, then I have positive x cubed, and then I have negative 2x squared, and then I have negative 5x, and then I have positive 1. So we just changed the sign of anything with an odd exponent. So from positive to positive, there was no sign change. Positive to negative had a sign change. Negative to negative did not have a sign change, and negative to positive did have a sign change. So negatives also, I ended up with 2 yeses, or I could hand those two to the imaginaries and say 2 or 0. So again, you keep subtracting by 2 until you hit 1 or 0. So this is my possible number of positives, and this is my possible number of negatives. So now let's go ahead and get started trying to find them. So my Q values are going to be factors of 2, which is plus or minus 1 and plus or minus 2. And my P values are factors of 1, so that's just plus or minus 1. So when I talk about P over Q, I'm going to do 1 over 1 and then 1 over 2. And I don't have any other p-values, so this is the list of all my possible rational roots, okay? So the good news is I only have 4 to try, but the bad news is they may not work, hint, hint, hint. All right, so if I try negative 1, I've got 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Everything is in perfect descending order, so I'm going to take the 2, the negative 1, the negative 2, the 5, and the 1. And I have just as much of a chance of having a positive or a negative, so it doesn't matter which one I choose. So I have 2 times negative 1 is negative 2, and their sum is negative 3, times negative 1 is 3, their sum is 1, times negative 1 is negative 1, adding 5 makes 4, times negative 1 is negative 4, and we get 3 here. So I do not have a remainder of 0, so that is not a root of the function. So then if I try positive 1, so I'm sorry, I dropped the 2 here. 1 times 2 is 2. The sum is 1 times 1 is 1. Their sum is negative 1 times 1 is negative 1. Their sum is 4. I get 4 here and a remainder of 5. So again, 1 is not a solution or a root or 0 of this problem. So now I've got to try 1/2. So I've got 2, negative 1, negative 2, 5, and 1. And let's see what happens. So if I drop the 2, half of 2 is 1, plus negative 1 is 0, half of 0 is 0, plus negative 2 is negative 2, half of negative 2 is negative 1, plus 5 makes 4, and half of 4 is 2, plus 1 makes 3. So again, I don't have a remainder of 0, therefore this is not a root of the problem. And then if I try negative 1/2, I've got drop the 2. So half of that, or the opposite of half of that, is going to be negative 1. That sum is negative 2 times negative 1/2 gives me 1. And then, hold on, just verifying. So we get half of that is 2, opposite, negative 2, opposite, yep. And so then we get negative 1, and then we start getting messy, and there's no way to fix it. And so I don't think I'm going to get a 0 there, right? And so I have tested every possible rational root, and since none of them worked, that means that there is no rational root to this problem. So I'm going to show you a tower that we used to teach in Algebra 2 back in the day. We used to do this tower, and we talked about how many positive possibilities, how many negative possibilities, and how many imaginary possibilities. And so you did all the different ways of doing 2 or 0 and 2 or 0 here. So I could have 2 positive and 2 negative, or I could have 2 positive and no negative. I could have 0 positive and 2 negative, or I could have 0 positive and no negatives. And remember, when I make this tower, I can only have an even number of imaginary roots because I have to have a number and its conjugate. So my degree is 4. So every one of these have to add up to 4. So 2 plus 2 plus 0 gives me 4. 2 plus 0 plus 2 gives me 4. 0 plus 0 plus 2 gives me 4. And 0 plus 0 plus 4 gives me 4. So in this case, we may have this situation where I don't have any real answers, but I have 4 imaginaries. And I'm saying we might because it might actually have a irrational solution instead of an imaginary solution. But it's a possibility. I have no positives, no negatives, and I have 4 imaginaries. Okay, so that is all. I'm sorry that it had to be in 4 parts, but hopefully I went slow enough for you to understand the material.